So as I said, we are going to talk about today coordination and response. In this lesson, we will firstly talk about nervous system. Then we will have from sense organ, the eye. We will talk about eye structure. Guys, we don't need in IGCSE to learn about ear structure or to learn about the tongue, nose, okay? Only eye will be enough in here. And we will talk also about hormones. Hormones about endocrine system. As you see, in IGCSE, again, we need to learn about adrenaline, insulin, estrogen, and testosterone. Only these 4 hormones, but actually there are many hormones. An example, one of them, maybe you heard about, known as growth hormone. Growth hormone is not in this list, so we don't need for IGCSE. So in this chapter, as you see, we will talk about human nervous system, glucagon, of course, Ferret, I will give extra detail about glucagon structure, like glucagon, its function, but as you see, it's not needed. But we have its name also. So we will talk in this chapter about human nervous system. We will talk about the nerve cells, what we call as neuron. Also, we have information about, I will give you information about the reflex, how reflex are working, and the reflexes are working. An example, what are the major parts of the reflex? We will talk about synapses. Synapse, in a simple way, it's a gap, space between 2 nerve cells. Then we will talk about eye structure, function, and structure of the eye. Then about hormones, and also last part of our lesson will be about how plants are giving response. As you remember, one of the common property between living things was sensitivity. We said that sensitivity is a giving response to the stimuli. Giving response to the stimuli. Guys, do you remember what was stimuli?
I say.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Like
things around you.
Yes, actually they are, yes, external or internal changes. Internal or external changes in the environment. So they are internal or external changes in the environment, such as sound is an example of stimuli, or temperature, heat, or cold, or we can say touch or light are examples of different stimuli. Of course, your body detects them, receives them. Do you remember or do you know, guys, how we are detecting this stimuli? By which structures? We detect by the receptors. Receptor. So we receive stimuli by receptor. Receive stimuli. So they are receiving stimuli. Receptors actually can be specialized structure, an example, or it is differentiated nerve cell. It's depending. It is differentiated nerve cell or specialized cells, receptors. I will give you a few examples. Yes, Ferret, what's your question?
Yeah, Mr. Maybe count touch as a receptor or like
no, touch in this case, no, touch is stimuli. And you are receiving by the receptors which we have in our skin.
Okay, thank you.
So now, guys, I will give you information about different types of receptors. So which receptors we have? Few examples. An example we have, guys, in our body, pain receptors. From the name, you can understand that they are receiving pain. We have this type of receptors not only in our skin, we also have pain receptors in our internal organs. This is the reason why we feel pain in our stomach pain, stomach ache. So pain receptors actually are important because when there's a problem in the organ, they are producing pain for the informing our brain that I have a problem. Let's say that stomach acid affects the stomach wall, gastric acid, gastric juice, an example, hydrochloric acid. So you are learning this problem and we are going to doctor. So pain is also important thing for the body. And they are saying that only in the brain, we don't have pain receptors. And there are open surgeries of brain. Maybe you know that they are not using any, let's say that, painkiller in this case. Another type of receptor, we have touch receptors. Touch receptors. So they are related with touch, and mostly we have, of course, in our skin, this type of receptors. Then we have photoreceptors. Photoreceptors, from the name, it is related with light. And then photoreceptors in humans, they are located only in the eye. So this is the reason why you can see with eye. But there are some animals, such as earthworm, their photoreceptors are scattered through the skin, so they can feel the light through their skin. But for human, they are concentrated only in the eyes. And for the future, for the next lessons, you will learn that in our eye, we have two types of photoreceptors. They are known as rods and cones. Rods are related with the night vision. Cones are related with color vision, and they are working in bright light. Yes, Ferd, what was your question?
Yeah, actually, I want to ask about the night vision. For example, if some animals may clearly see at night,
they will have
more
rods. They will have more rods. This is not only adaptation. They also have bigger pupil. Pupil, you know, that's a hole at the center of eye. So they will have bigger pupil to catch more light as possible. And as I said, they will have more rods, which gives them advantage for the night vision. And Selcan, allergy? No, Selcan, as you remember, allergy is related with the immunity. Allergy only related with immunity. So our immunity becomes more sensitive to certain chemicals and gives response to them by creation of allergic reaction. Mostly, you know that it's not useful thing because the body becomes very sensitive to certain chemicals and you need to be away. Sabina, what was your question? What's your question? Ask, please.
Thank you, Mr. Pervis. Can we say that allergies affect the receptors? Because like some allergies can damage them.
Like probably yes, because guys, one thing I will give you information, receptors not only located in the specialized cells, we have receptors also around the cell membrane. An example, let's say that this is cell and you can see its membrane. On the membrane, we have special receptors also. An example, you know, some viruses are affecting certain group of cells. Let's say that flu virus only works with the respiratory system, with the breathing system. Why? Because this virus detects from the receptors only these cells, and these cells only accepting them. And then flu virus, when enters the body, liver will not detect it, will not let to enter. As a result, they will not cause any problem. Another type of receptor, we have an example for the receptors. We have chemoreceptors. Chemoreceptors are sensitive to the chemicals. We can find them in the nose. This is the reason why you are smelling, because smell is related with the molecules. And we can find on the tongue. Tongue also sensitive to the, related with the taste, and taste related with the chemicals. So chemoreceptors. So guys, these are a few examples of receptors which we have. So sensitivity is giving response to the stimuli, and stimuli firstly detected by receptors. So you are receiving by the receptors. After receiving, you will give response differently, and it's also depending. An example, if the amount of light is not, let's say, dangerous, it's not affecting so much, so you are not giving strong response. But if the amount of light is dangerous and it can affect the photoreceptors, can, let's say, that destroy them, in this case, we are giving some responses, such as closing of eyes, an example, or turning away from the light source, this type of examples. And as I said, we also give response to the stimuli. Now I will give you information how we are giving response. So these organs which are related with giving response are known as effectors, guys. Effectors. So first you must know that what is effector. Effector is an organ which gives response, which give organs, let's say, which give response. We have in biology 2 examples. Don't forget, we are learning only 2 examples. These organs are, guys, do you have any idea how we are giving response?
Reflexes.
No, by which organs we are giving? Reflex is action.
Stimulus or skin?
Emil said one of them. Ferit, no, it's not correct. Mika, also your answer is not correct because you said skin. No, skin is not. Skin only detects it. One answer, there are 2 organs. Let's say 2 groups of organs. One of them,
Brain?
Emil said, no. One of them, Emil said, it's the muscle. Guys, you are giving response through the muscle. And next one is gland. Gland, guys. I will give you examples, such as, let's say again, what I gave you example about the light source. So more light is coming, which can damage the eye cells. In this case, we are closing our eyes. Closing of eye related with muscle. Muscle closes eyes. Or I'm turning my head away from light source. Again, in here, I'm using my muscle because you know that muscle in our body related with the movement. Or when you see ball is coming towards you, you are using your hand for protection. This is also an example of muscular response. Now I will give you about the gland. Gland example, this one. Let's say that you are hungry and a good smell of food is coming and you are producing more saliva. So in this case, production of more saliva related, of course, with salivary gland. Or again, you are playing football and ball is coming towards your face, eye, and you can see that your eyes produce tear, high amount of tear, because tear also, it is antimicrobial chemical. It kills microbes which can come with the ball surface, let's say. So don't forget, these 2 organs are related with the giving response. Or let's say that I ate sugary food. After a certain period of time, this glucose enters into the blood, and in the blood sugar level becomes maximum. In this case, gland, pancreas, produces insulin for the decreasing it to the normal. So in this case, again, response related with the gland. Sabina, what's your question?
Mr. Pervis, can adrenaline production be also considered as a response?
Of course, let's say
to
that
stimuli?
let's say that I saw dog, and the response also related with the adrenaline. My heart beats faster, pressure increases, which prepares me to run faster, let's say. So these are examples, guys. Don't forget these informations. Now I will give you information about 2 types of the control systems. 2 types of control systems. 2 types of control or control systems, let's say. I think you know the system. System, you know, that contains different organs, such as we had circulatory system, organs were heart and blood vessels, or we had digestive system, stomach, liver, pancreas were certain examples of this system. And another type is another systems we are calling control systems. Actually, in here we have 2 systems. From the name, you can understand that they are related with the control of body functions. Do you have any idea what are these two systems, guys?
Nerve system.
Yes, one of them is nervous system. And what's the second one? Okay, nervous system. And second one, it is endocrine system or hormones. Let's say endocrine system, guys. The name of that system which produces hormone, known as endocrine system. So endocrine system contains special glands. They contain different glands which produce hormone. Okay, they are related with hormone, guys. They are related with hormone. So what they are asking in this part of the lesson, so you need to learn what are the differences between these two systems. Okay, we understood that both of them relate with the control, but how they are related with the control. So firstly, you must know that nervous system controls by the electrical impulses. It controls by electrical impulses. As a result, you know that electric moves faster. They are giving fast response. They are fast. For the next part of the lesson, you will see that their speed. But endocrine system controls by chemicals, what we call as hormones. They control by chemicals, what we call as hormone. Of course, it is slower. It is slow response, of course, because you know that giving chemical and this chemical will travel to the needed organ. It will take more time than electric impulses. Nervous system or electric impulses are moving by the nerves. They send signals by the nerves. You know that we have many nerves. Nerves, let's say, are their pathways. But endocrine system moves by blood, guys, don't forget. Like not endocrine system, hormones, let's say. Hormones move by blood. Because you know that blood is another system related with the transport. So they are an example, insulin always must be in the blood. Okay, we understood that insulin works with the glucose, it works with the sugar, but works with the sugar in the blood. Or another hormone, adrenaline, also travels by blood. By blood, it goes from adrenal gland to the heart, an example. So endocrine system, don't forget, it's also slow, related with the hormone and moves by blood. And last difference between them is, guys, nervous system is short-lasting. Short-lasting. Which means that they are finishing like their effect finished earlier. But endocrine system's effect is long-lasting. I will give you one example. One of the hormones, you know, that are testosterone and estrogen. Estrogen, again, female hormone, but testosterone is a male hormone. And we can see that, an example, testosterone affects body in 2 years, through 2 years, 3 years, an example. Slowly, they are making some changes in the body. Also, the same thing for the estrogen. Estrogen works, an example, several years in female's body, especially, of course, the levels probably will be higher during the puberty period for the making some changes in woman's body. But at the same time, it continues to work till, let's say, 50s. So endocrine system generally is long-lasting. So guys, with this part, we finished 13.1. So 13.1 actually was about introduction, coordination in animals. So in this lesson, we talked about stimuli. Stimuli is a plural form, don't forget. In a singular, it will be stimulus. We also talked about receptors, about effectors, examples to them. Also about the two types of the control, one with the nervous system, nerves, another one by the endocrine system, hormones. Now we are going to the next lesson, 13.2, about the human nervous system. The human nervous system. The human nervous system. So firstly, let's look to the picture about the human nervous system. Just wait. So if you will look to this picture, in this picture, you can see human nervous system. This system contains organs. These organs are brain and spinal cord. So actually, we are dividing human nervous system into two parts. Human nervous system divides, guys, into two parts. Don't forget. First part, we call it as central nervous system. Central nervous system, or we are saying CNS, central nervous system, which contains brain, you know, brain is our major organ, which controls all the functions. And second one is spinal cord. Spinal cord is this part, guys. Spinal cord is located in which part of the body or protected by which bones? Do you know any information? How we are protecting our spinal cord and brain?
Ribs.
No. Spinal cord protected by vertebra.
Isn't vertebra spinal cord?
No. Spinal cord is a brain, let's say, inside of vertebra.
Okay.
Yes. In Russian, they are calling.
Brain.
In Russian, it's spinной mozg. In Azerbaijan, onurga beyni. It's not the same with these bones, guys. It is inside of these bones. So we have vertebra, or they are saying vertebral column. There are many bones, more than 30 bones. And between these bones, there is a hole, and this part of the brain, let's say, spinal cord, moves through this hole. It's located. So when people have injury in these bones, vertebra, they can damage their spinal cord, and there will be, let's say, paralysis of lower parts of the body. But guys, do you know how we are protecting our brain? What are the names of bones which protect brain?
Scalp.
Skull.
Yes, not scalp, skull, yes? Skull. Skull, we are calling it, or cranium bones, also correct. So, because these two organs are very important for us, and we need to well protect these two organs. So this is the first part of the nervous system, central nervous system. Second part of our nervous system, we call it as peripheral nervous system, guys. Peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system contains generally the nerves. They contain nerves which are extending from the central nervous system, such as you can see in here, nerves. Or these are nerves, guys, don't forget. These are nerves. Nerves, let's say that they carry impulses to the brain, to the spinal cord, or away from the brain or spinal cord. So let's say that I'm thinking to move my hand. In this case, firstly, from the brain through the nerves, information goes to the muscles, and these muscles make these movements. So nerves carry impulses to or from CNS. So this is general introduction to human nervous system. Of course, we know that, as we said, systems contain organs. Organs contain tissues. Tissues contain cells. So now I will give you information about the nerve cell. Let's talk about the nerve cell, guys. Nerve cell. So nerve cell, they have different structure, and we have specialized name. This name is neuron. Neuron. So nerve cells also known as neurons. Let's firstly draw a simple picture. And this picture here is important for us. So in every neuron, we will have,
Axon and dendrite.
yes, of course. So do you know, guys, what we are calling this enlarged part where a nucleus is located? That hole is a nucleus.
Cell membrane.
It is known as cell body. Cell body. We have cell body, guys. Cell body is an area, it's area with nucleus, organelles, an example. Then in the nerve cell, yes, we have short projections, as you see in here. There are many of them. We call them, yes, dendrite. It's coming from the Latin word dendron, which means tree. So because they are tree-like projections, dendrites. Dendrites function, don't forget, to receive impulse. They receive impulse.
Mr. Purvis,
Yes, I'm listening.
so dendrite is a receiver, yes?
Yes. So from one nerve cell, when impulse jumps, let's say, to another nerve cell, yes, dendrites will receive it. But axons will send it to the another part. So this one long projection is an axon. This is an axon. Axon generally, it is one, but long projection. And there's one more thing. You must know that axons, some axons are covered by the special cells. I'm now drawing them. Let's say this one. Do you know what is the name of this cell? These cells are known as Schwann cells. So these cells, I'm repeating again, are known as Schwann, scientists who found it, Schwann cells. So it's a Schwann cell. Schwann cells, what is the function? Schwann cells are making fat and protein-based substance known as myelin. They are making myelin. Myelin sheaths, we are calling it. Myelin. Myelin, I'm repeating again. It's a substance which produced by the Schwann cell. It is related for insulation and increasing the speed of transmission, guys. They increase the speed of transmission. So the nerve cell without myelin carry impulses with 5 meter per second speed, 5 meter per second. It's also fast. In 1 second, they are moving 5 meter. But the myelinated axons or myelinated cells carry with the speed of 100 meter per second. So myelin in here increases the speed of transmission nearly 20 times. And last label, what we need also to learn, the space between two space, don't forget, between two Schwann cells, this is also important, known as the node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier. So this image, this picture is very important for us. So don't forget these parts, guys. This is very important for us. We'll say welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
I think someone told you
Yeah,
there
of
is
course. Yes, they informed
Okay.
me. No problem. I'm also recording the lesson.
Okay, thanks.
So if we will go back to our book, again, there's a picture as you see. In this picture, you can see dendrite or dendrites. We have many. As I said, their function is to receive the signal. Then as normal cell, usual cell, they also have cell membrane, like order and controls the movement. We had a nucleus with the DNA, cytoplasm. Together, they will hold this part region known as cell body. Actually, guys, we are not learning dendrite as a part of cell body. Cell body is this region's name. Yes, Sabina, I'm listening.
Mr. Pervis, you said that if nerve cells, Schwann cells in the nerve cells do not produce myelin sheath, that means that they will travel slower.
Slower, yes. Let's say
But
that.
how does it happen?
Okay, I will explain.
How does it happen that they do not produce it? Are they getting
No,
damaged?
it's not related. No, it's not related when they are not producing. Some axons have Schwann cell. Some axons do not have it. Okay. So the axons, Tamer, welcome. The axons which have Schwann cell, they will carry impulses faster. I will give you one information, guys. Do you know this disease known as multiple sclerosis? It's a nervous system disease. Let's see it. Multiple sclerosis. Look, it's coming. So multiple sclerosis, guys, it's a type of the nervous disease. As you see in this picture, Schwann cells are degenerated, and as a result, they are not creating myelin sheaths, and they will have some nervous problems. In here, we have some examples. Look, guys, they will have fatigue, an example.
Wait, Mr. Perez.
Depression. Yes, I'm listening.
So multiple sclerosis, it's a rare disease or something?
It is, yes, of course. It is a rare disease. And Mika, the reason in here is autoimmune disease. Guys, do you remember autoimmune disease?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 We learned one type, as you remember, one example, diabetes type 1. Yes.
Diabetes.
Yes. So in this case, again, we don't know main reason, but again, some white blood cells are attacking to Schwann cells, let's say. As a result, they are destroying them, and myelin sheaths will be destroyed, and they will have this type of, as you see, consequences. They are making visual problems also, speech problems, musculoskeletal, like related with weakness, spasm, an example, sensation problems, urination also affects many parts of the body. So another thing, guys, generally, I will give you one information. The nerves which are located in our hands, legs, they have myelinated axon. So their axons are covered by myelin because I need to send faster. But in inner organs, we can have axons without myelin. So we have axon, as you see, which is running inside of these Schwann cells. As you see, Schwann cell is like normal cell. Also, they have a nucleus, and the space was node of Ranvier. And these axons are finishing with, as you see, nerve endings, or also known as axon terminals. Myelin, I gave you information, guys. What is the function with it? Or yes, I'm listening. What's your question?
Yes, Mr. Perez. Actually, why do we need node of Ranvier?
It's also answer. Thank you for remembering, because I want to explain for Sabina also. So I'm now drawing, guys, two nerve cells. Just an example. Let's say that we have two nerve cells. In one nerve cell, we have Schwann cells, let's say. Guys, actually, when there's a Schwann cell, impulse is jumping from here to here. Look, guys. So impulse is moving only by this area. But in here, impulse goes slowly, you know, like this one. As a result, without myelin, they will send impulse slower, because slowly by the changing they are going. But in here, let's say they are jumping, guys. Of course, if you will jump, you will move faster. So this is the main reason why myelinated cells carry impulse